Dynamic routing is used to route data between networks. Without this routing protocol, networks would not be able to talk to other networks. So the internet may not exist as we know it today. I'll set up the basic router configuration. Then I'll show you how to enter this command and how it works. This is Cisco Packet Tracer. I'll use this program to show you how it all works, okay? Now I'll set up a few routers here. And I'll add a switch to each router. So these are the networks. Each router has its own separate network. This is another network over here. And I'm going to add a couple of PCs to each network. Another PC here. And another PC there. Just bring this side around a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to connect all the devices together. Okay. They're all going to switch together first, and then I'll connect the two routers together. So now I'm going to add some IP addresses to the interfaces. 92.168.2.1, that interface. I'll call this one here 192.168.0.1. And this one over here 192.168.0.2. This one here 192.168.3.1. Okay, all of the interfaces are now set up, and I would also give an IP address to the computers as well. .2.2 192.168.2.3 192.168.3.2 192.168.3.3. So now we have everything set up. Now I'm going to start with the routers to show you how this is all done. Okay, now I'm going to put a basic configuration in each router. For those of you who are new to Cisco and doesn't know how this is done, enable config T, then the interface, which is this interface here I'm talking about. I'm going to start with this interface. This is gigabyte 000, GIG 0/0/0, and IP address 192.168.2.1 space 255.255.255.0. No shit. Now this interface is coming up, so we're going to have communication between the router and the switch. Once this orange light turns green as well, we have total communication. Now we're going to try to work with this interface here now. Exit. Interface space GIG 0/0/1. IP address 192.168.0.1 space 255.255.255.0. No shit. Okay. Now this interface won't be up until we work on this router's interface, gigabit 001. Okay, so I'll do that right now. enable config t interface space gig 0/0/1 IP address 192.168.0.2 space 255.255.255.0. No shut. You'll see these flags change to green as soon as I hit enter. You'll see that both sides are now green. So we now have communication between these two routers. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is to get onto this gigabit 000 interface and set that up as well. Okay, so the way we do that is just go exit interface space gig 0/0/0 IP address 192.168.3.1 space 255.255.255.0. No shut. You see this interface is coming up as well. Now we've got everything set up except for the computers now. So we're going to set up the computers really quickly. Desktop, IP configuration, static, just put the IP address in 192.168.2.2. Default gateway 192.168.2.1. and now this computer is now completed. We have the IP address, the subnet mask, and the gateway router in. Desktop, IP configuration, static 192.168.2.3, subnet mask 192.168.2.1 for the gateway, and that's completed as well. It says I have an invalid address. Why is that? Let's try that again. 192. Oh, I don't have the gateway in. 192.168.2.1. Okay, and it looks good now. Next, desktop, IP configuration 192.168.3.2, subnet mask, default gateway 192.168.3.1. That's completed. Next one. Desktop, IP configuration, static 192.168.3.3. Subnet mask 192.168.3.1. and that's completed as well. So at this point, we don't have the routing protocol in as yet, but I want to test it to show you without the routing protocol what would happen and how the routing protocol changes everything. Okay, so now I'm going to try to ping this gateway from this computer here. Okay, so go to command prompt here and type ping 192.168.2.1, and you see the replies coming back, and you sent 4 packets, received 4, so this is 100% successful. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do is to try to ping this interface here, which is 192.168.0.1. Ping 192.168.0.1. And we also getting replies there. Sent 4, received 4, so this one is also good. So the next one we want to ping here is we want to ping this interface here, 192.168.0 and 2. Ping 192.168.0.2. And as you can see, this is taking a while. Request timed out. It doesn't work. And the reason that doesn't work is simply because I'm trying to ping from this network to this network, and the routing protocol is not in. So I wouldn't be able to ping from this network to this network or from this network over. So these two networks at this point is divided. There is no communication between the two. Physically, I have a line connected, but there wouldn't be any data communication between these networks along this line until I enter that protocol. So that protocol is dynamic routing. So let me do that right now. Exit. Type router space rip. Okay, this is right in the global config mode. Okay, router space rip. And version space 2. Now there's a version 1 as well for this router rip protocol. So you always have to type version 2, because if you don't, it will default to version 1. Version 1 is the old version. This one is much better. So you always want to type version space 2 after you type router space rip. Okay. Next we have we're going to type the network in. The network is this network 192.168.2 and 1 is one of the networks, and this is another network. These are the interfaces that are connected. So these are the interfaces we're going to be entering right now. Network space 192.168.2.0. You enter the network IP from this interface. The network IP is the very first IP address in the range, which in this case is 2.0. So next we'll have to type network space 192.168.0.0, which is this interface here, and 0.0 is the first IP address in the range, which is a network IP. Okay, so you just enter. So that's all done. I've done this. Router is completed. I'll go to the next router now and do the same thing. Exit. Let's bring this over. Okay, so we'll type router space rip version space 2 network space 192.168.0.0. We enter this network here, the network IP for this interface. I think I missed the K, so I'll just go back and put the K in there. Okay, there we go. So it's network space 192.168.0.0. Okay, and the next one is network space 192.168.3.0, which is this interface here, and 3.0 is the network IP. So we enter. So now it's all done. So I should be able to ping from this router over to this interface like I couldn't before. Okay, so let's try that. Ping 192.168.0.2. And here we see the replies coming back now. So we sent 4 packets, we received 4 packets back to this interface. Let's try to go all the way down to these computers here on the network. Let's see if we can ping 3.2. 192.168.3.2. It's taking a while. Let's see. Okay, because it's so far and it was the first time, it lost 1 packet. But let's try that again. Packet Tracer has a flaw, which it does that all the time. Let's try that again. Okay, now everything is fine. We send 4 packets, we receive 4 packets back, so everything is fine. We should be able to do the same thing from this side as well. Let's try this computer, PC3, and we're going to try to ping PC1, okay? Command prompt, and we're going to ping 192.168.2.3. The first time it did the same thing. See, sent 4, received 3. Now I'm going to do that again. Now it's ping it again, and it sent 4 packets, received 4, so it was successful 100%. This is how important dynamic routing is. Without dynamic routing being entered in these routers, these networks would not be able to talk to each other. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if you would like to see more videos like this one, please don't forget to click on subscribe and notification so that you'll be alerted as soon as our new videos are released. My name is Trevor from Telecom Training. Thank you for watching.